Hello again, this is Rachel George and Tim Hauer for High School Hoops Weekly. It's conference tournament week. It's getting exciting, almost to the playoffs, so we're going to jump right in with our top three stories. And Tim, who do you have at number three?
Number three is the Haggard girls this week. They suffered their first loss in 12 games. They had won 12 in a row coming in, so I guess their first loss in 13 games, but they played really, really poorly, for them. I've seen them a couple times this year, and that was probably one of the poorest outings they've had this year. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back, and we'll talk to Ray Beatty, their coach, a little later in the show, and find out how they're bouncing back from that loss.
Surely. At number three, I've got a really notable performance. Tofidis Karras at Cape Fear Academy. He's a senior, leading scorer in the area. He had 57 points last week, 15 rebounds. Most notable, I think this is a season high for any player that we cover, 39 points, 10 rebounds, and a 73-54 win over Village Christian. Certainly a great player. We had a story on him today on Star News Varsity, so be sure to check that out. But definitely a noteworthy performance from a good player in our area. Over at number two.
Number two for me is we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks, the Waccamaw Conference, and who was going to claim that title. East Columbus, won it. They won 4 in a row down the stretch to claim it. They beat Pender twice, which is 2 really good wins. And oddly enough, they'll play Pender again on Wednesday in the semifinals of the conference tournament, third time in 14 days that they'll play Pender. So, I think one of the main reasons why East Columbus won is the play of T.T. Bennett. Obviously, their 2 conference losses came without her, so when she's in the lineup, they're a different team.
That's right. We'll stick in the Waccamaw. South Brunswick boys win it. They beat Whiteville on Friday by 22 points. Really, I was there, a game where Whiteville never established the tone. South Brunswick completely controlled things. They finished 11-1 in the Waccamaw. It's their first conference title win since 1995, so obviously very notable for them. They'll get the number 1 2A seed and certainly on a roll, and they creep in the polls this week. I saw that too. So over at number 1, what do we have?
Number 1 is New Hanover girls. They were the ones who beat Haggard on last Thursday night, and I covered that game, so I got to see them, and that's probably the best New Hanover's looked in about 3 or 4 years. As far as I've been able to see, they really played well. They played smart. They attacked the basket. They made 31 of 42 free throws, which was the difference in the game.
Yeah.
They made 15 in a row at one point, so a really smart performance, and I think they've got a lot of confidence heading into the conference tournament.
Sure. Sticking the Mid-Eastern for my number 1, Jacksonville claims the boys' title outright. That's the first time since 1996 when the school was a 4A and had the Goldsboro and Wayne County schools in there. Haggard will take the number 2 seed in the conference tournament by virtue of a 70-60 win over New Hanover on Thursday, which you were there. We'll have Haggard boys coach Brett Queen a little bit later in the show. New Hanover has won or shared the past 6. Haggard had it one of the years, so that's obviously very notable for the 3A Cardinals to sneak up there and grab that title this season. Joined now by Haggard boys coach Brett Queen, and you guys are coming off that big win over New Hanover on Thursday. How important was it to take that win in the regular season finale?
Well, it was very important. It was the only way we have a chance to be the number 1 seed in the state playoffs. We knew we were going to have to win that game on Thursday, and we're going to have to win some games this week. But it was important for us, and an opportunity. We didn't know what Jackson was going to do, so it was an opportunity we thought to still share a conference title. Jacksonville and White Oak didn't cooperate with us, but it was important for our kids.
The number 1 seed will come down to who goes further this week. You guys are New Hanover. What's it going to take for you guys to make a run in the tournament and steal that number 1 seed?
Well, the first thing we got to do is we got to get past the first round. We told our kids we can't take anything for granted. We've been successful against West Brunswick both times this year, but that's not going to win the game tonight. We've got to do a good job, and then we've just got to have the same kind of focus and intensity that we had against New Hanover the other night. We've got to keep that. At this time of the year, you've got to have that every single night. You can't have any bad nights.
That's right. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Coach. Good luck this week in the tournament.
We're joined now by Haggard girls coach Ray Beatty, and Coach, I know your girls suffered a tough setback against New Hanover. How have they bounced back, and how have your last couple practices gone?
Well, a loss like that could either do one or two things. It can hurt you, or it can motivate you. And for my girls, fortunately, it motivated them. We've had some great practices, Tim, coming in, and from the beginning of practice to the end, they've been highly motivated, and they just can't wait to get back on the floor.
Good. I know we talked a little bit earlier this year about Katie Norris breaking the school record here for most three-pointers made in her career, and she's a fantastic player. Tell me a little about your experience working with her.
Oh, man. What can I say about Katie? You love for good things to happen to good people, and you love to see that recognition going to someone as nice as Katie. She's been a big help for us. She's been playing injured for us, and giving 110% when she gets on the floor. And not to mention the three-pointers. They always help, when you can get those threes there. So we're going to truly miss her when she leaves.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ray, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you, Tim.
All right, folks, this is the time where we normally bring you the game of the week this week, but we don't have one because we don't know who's playing. So check out Star News Online for the brackets. We'll be putting them up on the screen here. We'll have all those results in the paper. Like I said, brackets up on Star News Varsity, so follow us. We'll be back next week with some playoff seeding, see where our teams end up. But for now, for Tim Hauer and myself, Rachel George, this has been High School Hoops Weekly on StarNewsOnline.com.